We sneak into the campus in utter silence. There's nothing but our footsteps echoing in the school building hall. The lights are all cut off even here. I have to open the flashlight on my cell phone to see things. I make my way to the college map, trying to find out where we are and how to get to the office district. But considering our present surroundings, I highly doubt we can find anyone.
Ellie, come and look at this!
Sayori's voice appears from another side of the hall. I walk up to her to find a temporarily built-up billboard which is printed with rather bright colors. I point the dazzling flashlight towards it. Congratulations to our outstanding student who graduated from the AI technology major early. I read out the first sentence that comes into my view. Monika is a tremendous... I keep reading, but my voice gets lower and lower until there's only the mechanical movements on my lips. Beside the long and boring introduction, there is Monika's photo. She's wearing a neat uniform, smiling at the camera. This is my first encounter with her after 4 years. Sayori puts her arms behind her back, staring at Monika's photo quietly. I want to say something, but I hold my words back at the tip of my tongue. I keep reading along the Golden and Glory article until I eventually figure out where did she go at the end of it. I was quite nervous, to be honest, because a person as excellent as her would probably go abroad, to the vast world far beyond our reach. We are lucky. She's still in our country. Didn't they establish earlier that she was still in their city?
She really is so outstanding.
It seems like Sayori has finished that tedious article as well.
I don't know she was so good at computer programs, though.
Speak of which, thoughts flash through my mind. I have to let Natsuki and Yuri know this. I take out my phone, inform them of our situation, now with total honesty. I've also taken a picture of that billboard and sent it to them.
What did they say?
Nah, they're offline, probably busy at the moment. I glance at the chat record, where the billboard picture still stays at the bottom.
Well, guess we'll just wait. Ellie?
What?
Where is this college they mentioned? Is it far?
Oh, indeed, let me check. I respond as I open up the GPS and insert the name of that college into the searching frame. It's a couple 100 kilometers away. That's another city. I calculate the two numbers inside my head. This should make it closer to Natsuki's.
That's nice. Hurry and tell them.
Not so fast. Want some more?
One more.
I laugh as I pick up one more grilled fish from the leftovers on the table. Seeing her smile in satisfaction, I make my way to pay the bills. Unexpectedly, it isn't that expensive, which is reasonable, though, given that it's only a one-person meal. So I'm a little confused, because they said they were going to the restaurant, and then they ended up at the school, but then they finished at the restaurant. So I'm kind of feeling like we've got an unreliable narrator situation going on here, but I'm just going to see where it goes for now. How did you know the shortcut? I don't know you know the suburbs so well. Stepping out of that weird school gate, I ask Sayori as I turn around to look at that lifeless building.
Oh, let me think. There was this one night when she invited me to go for a movie. I remember we ended up having dinner here. Now that I think of it, her house is not so far from here.
Is that so? And the two of us walk along the silent street in the winter night. Although it isn't too late, there are a few cars to be seen on the road. Wheels driving into the stretching light, we stop before the red signal.
Let's go to the park.
Park? Which one?
The very one, where we used to hang out all the time.
She points across the zebra crossing.
It's right this way, a couple of blocks down. Don't you remember? I could see that stream from here.
Not that I don't want to take you there, but a company was trying to build some shopping mall there a few years ago, and they've already taken down the park. I tell the truth reluctantly.
Huh? Why? That's mean.
I could see the disappointment on her face. My cell phone vibrates. Natsuki's replying. Oh god, not again.
Haven't seen Monika for quite a while. I have to say she's getting pretty. Good thing you told us now. We were just discussing about booking today. Anyway, I hand over my presentation today. The rest is not so hard to handle. Yuri and I could come out on this weekend if anything goes well. You should check this airline schedule. It would be convenient for us if you can arrange around arriving time If you can arrange our arriving time closer, we'll discuss more once we meet. Yay! What are you waiting for?
Huh?
Go home and pack!
We try to find another route home. I tell her all the changes in our city along the way. Everything is rapidly changing, not just that park. Many other places in our memories are not what they once were anymore. Jungles of rebar and cement grow out from the past, huts and adobes, pushing our memories out of the soil and towards the high above the sky. Despite all that, there are still some places that have held their ground. And that is the forest near the suburban area. Paradise doesn't get transformed by mundanity. Except for those new-formed plastic greenways, any trees or bushes that once stayed there are still thriving. I can take you there once we have the time.
Where?
The forest. Nothing has changed much around there, not like the city.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, by the way, we can dig that time capsule out. The old aluminum box emerges in my mind.
Already 10 years?
Definitely. Count it. We buried it in 5th grade, right? She's really counting with her fingers right now.
6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, senior 1, senior 2. That's only 6 years. Don't try to fool me.
I smile. It suddenly comes to me that despite going there many times after that, she didn't bring it up one single time about digging it out in advance. Think.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. Because you just woke up, but it's 4 years after in reality now.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I forgot.
Have you forgot what you wrote, though?
Of course I haven't. I also haven't forgot what you told me when I tried to ask about yourself. Or yours. So I won't tell you mine as well.
Was there really such a thing?
Stop pretending. I remember that crystal clear.
Huh, you're learning, smartass. I reach out to poke her tummy, but she dodges it flexibly. We're back to my place as we talk. I fumble my keys out and stick the metal piece into the hole. Should I bring a down coat?
Of course, you're not allowed to catch a cold.
Sayori stands behind me, pushes me into my bedroom. I step towards the closet, drag my suitcase out, and start to consider my luggage. I think one coat will do the job, right? It's not like we're going on a long trip. I take out some more underwear. Pardon me. Then stuff them into the suitcase.
Yeah? What's that?
She's pointing to some kind of gadget in the corner of the closet. I'm not so sure what she's talking about since I never tidy my closet. I just throw whatever needs to be stored randomly inside. I take that very thing out. It's her bow.
Why are you keeping something like that? Statement not a question.
I remember vaguely that this is one I took from her that day. I'm wordless.
Put it on.
Huh? Why?
I want to see how you look with that.
This is ridiculous. It isn't mine.
Let me see.
Satisfied? I fiddle with the ball on my head, feeling its strange weight. That's some new experience.
Yup. Alright, get your stuff prepped.
Seeing me get flustered, she finally decides to let me go. I immediately take off the bow. My cheek heats a little. I walk into the bathroom, examining my displays. I throw all my bathroom personal items into a plastic bag, then squeeze them into the little room that remains in the suitcase. What else? I stand in the middle of my bedroom, looking around. Oh, that. I walk to my desk, pick up the notebook, and close it. As I'm about to put it in my backpack, I pause. I turn around to check Sayori, who's staring at my bookshelf with great interest. She reaches out to touch them at times, then takes her hand back. Forget it. I push the backpack aside, then put the notebook into my suitcase. That's probably it. Sayori?
What is it? You done?
Yeah, is there something you want to bring for Yuri and Natsuki?
I don't know. Book the tickets first, I'll think about it.
Right. Then I begin to browse the airline schedule. Given that it isn't the tourist season nor some major vacation now, there is plenty of room. Considering carefully, I choose a time which is close to noon. I think this will probably suit Natsuki and Yuri more. I take a screenshot of the booking and send it to our group chat.
Decided?
Before I could respond to her, Natsuki replied. Good afternoon, chat. Seems like it's the off-season recently, so the tickets are quite easy to book. Is this time okay with you guys?
It couldn't be better. We have finished our own businesses as well, just unpacking the luggage. What is Sayori doing?
Sayori... I glance at her. She's strolling around the room, murmuring to herself. I'll leave the stone unturned. She said she's going to give you a surprise.
What surprise?
Aha, my lips are sealed. She responded with an orange dot.
I'll be waiting.
Then I'll see you girls on the other side.
Good. Call me when you arrive.
Okay then. By the way, it's getting late. You should get some rest.
No prob. Exiting the chat app, I switch to the booking site and pay for the tickets. Hold on, there's just one thing I wanted to check real quick. Before I could respond to her, Natsuki replied. Yeah, it said Natsuki replied, but it was definitely Yuri's text first. Whatever. What are you doing? Statement on question.
Oh, I wrote each one of them a poem.
It's been a long time since I read your last one.
Hearing the one you wrote for me that day, I'm falling behind. I have to work hard to catch up. I'll break the way into your heart.
Huh, that's actually a quite poetic line.
I think I've heard it somewhere before.
It's good, Sayori, but you know what? It's not yours to blame. After all, you sleep for 4 years in one go. Besides, I'm not that good. If you keep writing some random thoughts like me for 4 years, you'll probably get ahead of me.
No, I wouldn't think it that way. It's good enough for me as long as I can be by your side.
I'm sure you will. My voice gets moist by her infectious smile.
Alright, how far is the airport? Should we get going?
We should.
Let's go then.
I close my suitcase and lock it tight before lifting it up from the floor, along with my backpack. Opening the door gently, the sparkling night sky is still there. It did not go away. Gloomy streetlight spills down upon the sleeping bushes. Among the silence of all things, there is a string of cold wind whispering into my jacket. I slowly turn over the key and plug it out from the lock with a click. We sit on the bench by the street, waiting for the taxi to arrive, to drive us onto the highway, to take us to that vast concrete ground that stretches beyond the horizon. Act 5, Hole in Wall. I noticed the final box did not turn colors. The projector lights from high above penetrate through the taxi's window into my delicate eyesight. The burning luminance makes it hard to stare at them. God, I can't. On the runway, there's a plane adjusting its pose with signals shining all over the body. I take out our luggage. After going through various instructions, we sit down in the waiting hall. A giant screen is hanging down from the ceiling, showing all kinds of numbers in red and green. Compared to the darkness outside, the hall is a lot brighter. And warmer, too. There are few people to be seen at this minute. There is one that is sleeping on the bench with his coat covered up his body, and some are staring at their cell phones while the rest just lay out their rushing breakfast on their laps, wolfing it down. Anxious yet wordless footsteps run past me, dragging their suitcases behind among the emotionless female voice that echoes in the hall.
When's our flight?
Sayori sits next to me, dangling her feet back and forth. Let's see. About 44 or 45 minutes? I quickly calculated it.
Oh.
She lets out a long yawn, falling to my body.
I'm so happy, Hallie.
Mm-hmm.
We can all be together again. It almost feels like a dream. I'm gonna take a nap. Remember to wake me.
I will. I mildly nod. I hold her tiny hands as I watch her weakly closing her tired eyelids. Her sleepy bow dozes off to the side, and her body faints along with it. I gently stroke her hair, winding them behind her ears. The second hand of the clock clicks and clicks. We stay like this for nobody knows how long. until I eventually hear that emotionless voice calling our number. Wakey, wakey. I shake her body. She slowly opens her eyes. It's our turn.
Huh.
She leaves my laps, stretching in relaxation, both of my laps.
What a comfortable sleep.
Her eyes are still weary. I could still feel her limp body.
I've had a dream.
Tell me about it.
We went to take that time capsule. Plants were thriving there in the trees. And they were so tall. Took me a while to find the very spot. Various flowers were growing under that giant tree with all kinds of colors. Well, I still prefer the blue ones. And you brought that shovel over, preparing to strike the earth with full force. I have to say, I was hesitating for a moment.
Hesitating for what?
Because I hate to destroy those lovely flowers.
She's gazing into another world.
But I also really wanted to see what we wrote, so I just left you to it. Then it was dug out, but it looked so new, even newer than when we buried it, without any dust on it. It was black, shiny, with a keyhole on it.
A keyhole?
Yeah, and we went to pick the key up in that lake. And, I suddenly heard you screaming with an ouch. Then I looked at you, there was a bruise on your face. And then was the lake. The lake, oh. There was something, or someone, on the lake, I don't quite remember. And nonetheless, we opened that box.
We walk to the entrance. I take out my prepared 2 tickets and hand them over to the ticket collector. Sarah keeps describing that dream of hers as we walk through the hallway.
There was a lot of food besides our 2 letters. And Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika, they all came over. We hugged and laughed. Everybody was having a cheerful chat, and we decided to picnic there.
Then?
And then we headed to it's there. Gosh, why is this so hard to remember?
Dreams are all like that. They start and they end out of the blue. She's still working hard on remembering that dream, which brings me to think as well. Monika, how should I face her when we meet? I look at the side of her face. She's sitting by the window. We have already reached the stratosphere as the clouds under the wings are all painted orange by the morning sunshine. The bright light of the rising sun spills onto her cheek, drawing a magnificent golden line on her smile within her fleeting feelings.
Oh, I remember it! What?
Excuse you.
We headed 15 meters west into the mid-lakes.
The roaring of the engines streams in endlessly. Beyond that hovering skyline, our long-lost reunion is waiting for us. Plane leaves unpredictable trails in the sky, carrying us to the other side of paradise. The steam on my ears gets wiped out as the ground outside the window clarifies. Regular rooftops are divided by thin and straight roads, the different districts becoming easy to tell. We fly by above the city, smoothly landing on the runway. Stepping out the plane door, the engine's humming declines behind our back. We flood into the hall with crowded people. Looks like it's the rush hour. Sayori!
Huh?
Stay close to me!
Okay.
We grab our luggage and walk out of the giant glass wall of the airport. We're here. I turn around to take a picture of the name that stands high above the rooftop before sending it to the group chat. They don't reply immediately, though. Still on the plane, I guess. Just then I feel the freezing air around me. This is the North. Micro ice shards float down from the sky piece by piece, laying the white onto all the cars going in and out. People are standing by the curb with solid clothes covering them, and their severely lowered brims. I look at Sayori. A chill suddenly gets sent down my spine. Aren't you cold?
I'm not. What's the matter?
She's reaching out to get those snowflakes like a kid walking into a candy shop.
I could finally make a snowman.
Let's go to the hotel and settle down first. Then you can go wherever you want. We're like 2 real tourists, spacing out on the touring guide map. I suppose this is your first time taking a plane? I lean back against the back seat of the cab comfortably.
Yeah.
Her eyes are fixed on the silver city outside.
When was the last time we traveled together?
I don't think there is any. I would love to find such a circumstance in my memory, but unfortunately, it just doesn't exist.
Is that so?
Nah, it's nothing. We can enjoy this one at least. I browsed through the pamphlet in my hand, I said aloud. Where do you want to go first?
Not?
I take out my phone. Nope, it's just a garbage mail. Natsuki and Yuri stay silent. Tires scratches the ground, pushing my body forward. We stop in front of the hotel. I take out my suitcase from the trunk and make my way inside the hotel with Sayori.
Why did you order a twin room?
There are two of us. Anything wrong?
Aye.
Her eyes are sweeping on the ground back and forth.
You don't have to bother. Didn't you say you... This is unnecessary money.
That's fine. We don't get the chance all the time. I throw my backpack away and lay down on the bed. Soft mattress bounces me up before cuddling me in. I stretch. Sayori, I want to ask you something.
Say it then.
Let's say we do find Monika. What should we say to her?
Do I have to answer that question?
You don't have to if you... Nah, I'm just asking myself, really.
We should just chat. We can talk about high school, about their lives, and we go somewhere to play. Like it's always been.
Sayori. I smile at the bush viper twining around her body bittersweetly.